It's always been my dream to be a head coach, especially at the college basketball level. And so I always knew I wanted to be at the small school level. And so Huntington, the opportunity opened up kind of as this COVID stuff all started up, and went through the interview process. I was at the University of Nevada before, out in Reno. Knew about the Crossroads League, knew a little bit about Huntington and the area. My family is from Indiana originally. My dad, my grandpa both coached and played in this state. And so it's always been a home away from home for me. And then once the Huntington opportunity presented itself, I knew it was a place that I wanted to be, and I pursued it. And so the interview process went well, and I'm happy to be out here. The legacy of the Platt family, the tradition that they've built here at Huntington, it's amazing. And in the short time I've been here, the support that the local community gives the program, as well as the entire campus as a whole, it's a special place. And I'm looking forward to the future and what we can build here. I think it's going to take time to build to where we want to get to, but the guys have bought in early. We got only one senior on our roster right now. So we have young guys, they're hungry. It's been a weird summer and fall. We didn't get to work with them as early as we had planned to, but they have bought in immediately. We've had a great month and a half of practice. I'm a coach who's very competitive. I value winning, I value hard work. I want us to succeed, and we're in a very tough conference, and so winning's not going to come easy. It's not going to come immediately, but I think it's just about valuing the process. If our guys put in the work every single day, they do the little things that we're preaching as a coaching staff, eventually those results are going to present themselves, and they'll be able to reap the benefits of their hard work. But I'm excited. It's a challenge. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take a lot of time, but it's been a blessing to be in this position, and I've had a lot of fun through the first few months on the job. We're going to play a fun style of basketball. I'm a very analytically minded coach, so we're going to preach smart decision making, good shot selection. We're going to move and share the ball a lot, and we want to play up tempo. I think it's a style of play that's fun to watch from a fan perspective, as well as a fun style to play in as a player's perspective. So I think it's exciting for our team. They're excited to get going, and we're expecting a great year. To live a Christ-like lifestyle, I think at a Christian university, we have a unique opportunity to be able to have Jesus at the forefront of our locker room. And my coaching staff does a great job of providing guidance and opportunities for these young men to open themselves up, to present their problems to us. And I think basketball and sport in general is the best way for young people to learn and kind of come together as a team, problem solve, learn how to play a role, value winning and excellence. All of that kind of plays into it. So I think being a head coach, that's your most important duty. You're taking 18, 19-year-olds, and when they leave you, they're 23, 24 years old, and they're ready to go into the world. And so I think it's your job to be able to build that maturity with them and provide an example that they can use in their life.
Catch and fire. It's on the... He made it! Oh my God!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Platt Arena. I'm Carson Watkins, joined as always by my partner Ryan Walker. And tonight we got a matchup between the Huntington University Foresters and the Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats. A matchup the Foresters have had on their radar all year long.
And honestly, who wouldn't have these guys circled on their calendar all season long? Number one ranked in the Crossroads League, but not only that, number one in the entire nation. Now, they're not perfect. They just took a loss to the unranked Race Lancers last week, and the Foresters just took a win at number 10, Marion Knights. So not a perfect team, but still going to be one heck of a test for the Foresters.
100%, and you know, I think the word dynasty is starting to be used with the Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats. Couple national titles, handful of Crossroads League tournament championships, and it's all because of this guy right here. We got Kyle Mangus is going to be our player to watch for the night. On the year, he's averaging 28.6 points per game, has 2 All-American selections and three Crossroads League Player of the Year, and just last week hit a milestone in his career when he passed Celtics and Pacers legend Larry Bird for the second most points in college basketball in Indiana's history, only followed by this man right here, Steve Platt, arena namesake, and he scored 3,700 points in his career. If Mangus wants to try to claim that title, he's going to have to really hit a lot of buckets down the stretch.
Yeah, he's going to have to score over 700 points, which I'm not going to say is impossible, but of course that's going to segue perfectly into our player to watch, a current player, of course, Zach Goodline. Zach Goodline, of course, hit the game winner at Marion last week, scoring 22 points with 6 rebounds. He had 17.7 points per game on the season, and this is a guy that's been dynamic and consistent throughout the entire year.
Yeah, 100%, and that leads us perfectly over to our sideline reporter, Jordan Herring, who's going to have more on this match tonight. Take it away, Jordan.
Hi, I'm Jordan Herring, sideline reporter for FDN Sports, and today we're talking about head coach Corey Alford. Now, it is his first year here at Huntington University, and he's currently sitting on a 10-4 record, but he's coming off a big win against Marian University from Monday night. The final score of that game was 73-71, thanks to a buzzer beater from Zach Goodline. Now, when talking to Coach Alford about the game against Marian, he admitted to me that he wasn't too happy with the guys' performance because they gave up too many good open looks. They even got in foul trouble early, but overall he was happy with the fact that they never gave up and they came back and won the game. He's hoping that they bring the same energy tonight if they're looking to upset IWU. Now, I'm going to throw it back to the guys in the booth, and I'm Jordan Herring here with FDN Sports.
Thank you so much, Jordan. This is certainly going to be an exciting match. A lot of people look forward to this. We'll be right back here on FDN Sports for starting lineups.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
First Federal Savings Bank is a proud supporter of Huntington University athletics. For over 100 years, First Federal has served Huntington and the surrounding communities. Just as in athletics, the bank works hard and strives to be the best. This past year, First Federal received the Reader's Choice Award as the best bank in Northeast Indiana. In addition, First Federal is a 5-star rated bank and was recognized as one of the top 200 community banks in the nation. First Federal Savings Bank would like to wish the athletes and coaches the best of luck. Huntington University and First Federal Savings Bank, now that's a winning team. Go Foresters.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back inside Platt Arena as we get starting lineups here. Ryan, I said it in the pregame, but my goodness, it feels so weird that it's actually here. It's just, this game is just such an aura around it. When the number one team comes to town, it's just so exciting for everyone involved.
Of course, and we talked to Corey Alford before the game. Usually teams would be super energized for this game, and the team definitely is, but the game plan coming into the game is let's slow it down, keep the game at our pace. That's what we want to do, because Indiana Wesleyan is so good in transition that you have to just calm yourself down and play your own game. That's his key to beating the Wildcats tonight.
Yeah, 100%. You see that whenever they play, and that's kind of what happened the first time they played when they were in Marian. But a lot of just awkward transitions, not great shooting, and obviously a couple guys that were a little shaken. And that kind of happens. This is, as Coach Alford said, an incredibly young team. Our starting lineup: junior, freshman, sophomore.
Yeah, you're right with that, and one of them was a transfer. It's our player to watch, Zach Goodline, transferred from Division I Oakland University, where he has been so dynamic for this team and has become a leader not only on the court, but on the bench as well. The team is so energized this season. Not that they weren't before, but they have just this weird aura this year, like you were saying before, just so excited to play this season with or without fans, as we do have some fans in the stands tonight.
Yeah, I mean, looking at last year, I think that might actually kind of play in the Huntington's favor. I don't remember. I think you were at the game, Ryan, but I don't know if you remember. Last year, Huntington went down real bad, and they put in their bench warmers, and the Indiana Wesleyan crowd was loving it, and Huntington was just on the bench. Like, they almost lost their home court advantage, and the Foresters right now are sitting at 7-1 at home. Last year, they finished 6-9 at home. So even without the fans in attendance, they still found a way to make sure that this Platt Arena is their house.
It'll be a tough one, Carson, for sure.
Maxwell and Hummerkaus will be taking the tip here. Maxwell, one of the best centers in the Crossroads League.
If not the best, standing at 7 foot tall, strong guy. He's going to be able to block and shoot well. Very good player.
Early pass around here for the Wildcats. Menges has this one guarded closely by West. Great strategy. They're double teaming him, Ryan. Pull-up jumper here, no good. Goodline grabs the rebound, and just to start, the Foresters wanted, and you're seeing it right here, just like Coach Alford said. No rush. Goodline's taking his time, step by step, setting up the offense. Great strategy right there from Coach Alford.
Just continue to play your game. That's what he wants.
Was tipped out by the Wildcats. Off Dylan Alderson, the senior. In pass here to Pulver. Dishes it off to West. West been dominating the board so far this season. Pulver's going to pull up from deep and sinks it early. What a start there for Huntington, Ryan.
Yeah, and they're going to play some good defense tonight. It's going to be really difficult, especially down low, but this is a team that's going to be able to shoot outside no matter how tall they are, no matter what the situation, really.
We got a travel called here early, a sloppy start for the Wildcats, something we're not seeing, that is rarely seen from them.
It's just 2 possessions, but you're right. It's a good start for the Foresters, and that's part of the recipe in beating one of the best teams in the country, of course, #1 in the country.
Especially, you know, as it goes, that one was tipped off the Wildcats, great. But, you know, an offensive possession, an offensive bucket right here, you know, 2 or 3 would be huge right here early against a team like this. Pass into Goodline. Goodline drives in, sets it up, and grabs the bank for 2.
Our player to watch, that Goodline. He's been beautiful at driving to the basket this year and finishing at the rim.
Doing exactly what he needs to. Drive in here, almost picked. Inside bucket here, gets that one up, and that's 2 for the Wildcats. Alderson yet again, the senior out of Clarkston, Michigan. Transfer from University of Toledo. And that's the other thing, Indiana Wesleyans. We talked about Goodline transferring from Oakland, but my goodness, can the Wildcats drive in Division I talent if it didn't work at that level. Pulver with an easy 2 there.
And to your point, Carson, Huntington's got one as well, and Zach Goodline, our player to watch for. Like we said earlier, from Oakland University, playing under Greg Campy of the Grizzlies.
Inside here, it's going to be a little miscommunication. Menges almost dropped that one, but Smith's going to go to the corner off the rim, no good. Inside here, and Smith grabs his own rebound in 2. Goodline passes this over to Middlesworth. Middlesworth going to have to stay out of foul trouble today. Fouled out in the first 10 minutes against Marion. Obviously something that the coaching staff was not too pleased with. Not a guy you want to lose early at all. Inside pass. What a save by Menges, who goes into the stands. Three from Goodline at the buzzer.
Where have we heard Goodline at the buzzer from before? On Monday, exactly. On Monday, game-winning layup at the buzzer to defeat the Knights.
Alderson pulls up here, no good, and Maxwell grabs it. That's exactly right there, like you said, 7 foot tall, didn't have to jump, he just towered over Middlesworth, who's no shorty himself, and that's just kind of the advantage you have as Pulver pulls up, and another 3 there from Pulver. What a start for the Foresters.
This is a perfect recipe for success. Hot, start early, and shoot the ball well. That's how you're going to beat this team.
Here comes Menges, gets stuffed, but Maxwell right there.
And Carson, that's the 3rd time we've seen an offensive rebound lead to points for the Wildcats as Goodline gets fouled here.
Goodline fouled by Maxwell. Maxwell, a very intelligent player, just not getting foul trouble very often. Wildcats with some great team chemistry. And leading into that, there was a story recently in the Indianapolis Star about the Wildcats. There was two, actually. One of them was titled The Best College Basketball Player in Indiana You Haven't Heard Of, and that was about Kyle Mangus. And then the second one, which Forrester fans said, oh yeah, I've heard of him, all right. But as the entire world, especially the sports world, was affected by the coronavirus, the Wildcats didn't have a training facility. They couldn't come on campus, so about 20 minutes away from campus, they set up a barn into a gym and started playing 5-on-5, 3-on-3, and getting workouts in to build team chemistry. You know, Seth Maxwell said, I didn't have a training facility. You know, a lot of people lost their gyms. And he was no exception as Mangus goes in here and gets two in the bottom.
Forrest was doing a good job at planning for Kyle Mangus. That's just his first 2 points of the game. I know we're 4 minutes in, but it's a good start for them so far. Especially
for a guy that averages 28 points a game. Good pass there from West into Middlesworth, and it hits off the front of the iron. Mangus is going to pull up here, wide open, and sinks it! And this is where you have to have your own pace, Ryan, right here. They just got hot, you got fouled, they kind of took a little bit of the pressure off. They had a little bit, you saw in the bottom of the key, they conference, and a steal here, breakaway, back to Mangus, and Mangus goes up with it and hits it, and we got a tie game. Wildcats not letting the Foresters control their own pace, giving them a full court press here early, as Mangus strips it from Middlesworth, and Mangus with the slam dunk, and a timeout from Coach Alford.
Well, I guess I jinxed that.
Want to take a minute. I mean, look at what the Wildcats have done. They were just down almost 10 there early, and then they just kind of ran back into it in a hurry. Really a difficult play there for Caleb Middlesworth. He got it stripped, and Mangus even kind of turned around and said, hey, no one's there, and went up for it.
Mangus, one of the better players in the country at stealing the basketball. I mean, what is he not good at anyways, but a very elite defender. He's going to be able to get a turnover or two for the entire game, if not more than that. Another thing we have to watch out for with Kyle Mangus.
Mangus is shooting 61% from the field this season.
That's pretty good.
It's great if you would say that. Full court pressure still coming here. Wildcats not letting up. You know, that was a really smart timeout by Coach Alford too. He saw the guys were flustered, and Maxwell with another block there. Good steal there by Hummerkaus to slow down an offensive drive there by the Wildcats. Pulver 6'11", guarded by Maxwell. Good matchup there for both players. Pulver shoots deep off the front of the iron. Blocked there, but Maxwell grabs it, no good. Maxwell grabs a rebound. He looks like a travel there. Forrester bench agrees, not gonna call it. Mangus crosses over, sends it up, no good. And a foul called there on Peyton West. Full media timeout here. Looking at what the Foresters have done as of late, as we mentioned in the pregame broadcast, the Marion Knights suffered a loss to the Foresters on this last second buzzer beater by Goodline. It was kind of looking a little rough there. Pulver had a 1-and-1, made the first one, missed the second, and then Marion went down and hit a three with about 4 seconds to go. So look what happened here. Peyton West grabs it. Goodline just blows past everybody right there, hits it up right when it goes to the bottom of the net. The Knights tried to grab it and run a quick play, but it was too little too late.
We like to thank MU Knights TV for that replay that we got from last Monday. That was a very good win, and as Corey Alford was saying before the game, really kind of energized his team to say, you know what, we really believe in ourselves.
Yeah, and it was a signature win too. You know, you have those at some point or another, just a win that really motivates the guys. And kind of like what I said, after that 10-point loss to St. Francis, there was a lot of fear. I mean, the guys saw this schedule and they looked at it and said, number 20, number 10, number 1, back to back to back.
And then, not to mention the Grace Lancers, the hottest team in the conference right now. Multiple wins in the top 25. Number 1 here, Indiana Wesleyan, and St. Francis, number 20 in a recent matchup. They're coming here to Platt Arena on Saturday.
Yeah, and looking at, this is the Grace. I guess it was when Indiana Wesleyan lost to Grace. And, you know, Grace is, like I said, the hot-handed team right now. Ball being kicked around here. Inside drive. Good pass there. Fakes out Hummerkaus. Inside, gets it blocked, and Hummerkaus comes up with that one.
Wildcats trying to keep this pace up how they like it. They love to run, and they love to tire their opponent.
Fast-paced play. Goodline doesn't even dribble. He picks it up. No good. Here comes Middlesworth into the bench. Good effort there.
Got to be careful under the bench. There's no fans that catch you anymore. So.
Yeah. One of the things about Platt Arena, it's dimensions. You know, the walls are incredibly close to the court, and some other courts, just like Indiana Wesleyan, for example, there's a lot of free out-of-bounds space. But so in Platt Arena, you don't really have the time to try to save one of those, or you're going to be in the bench.
West playing some really good defense on Mangus right now.
Lockdown defense, and that's exactly what you need. And a double team here under the basket, gets it up, and a foul called there.
Looks like it's going to be on Peyton West. It's going to be something to watch out for, as he's been playing really tight defense on Mangus. Very important for today.
It looks like he might take a seat here as Dyer looks to come into this one. First one up and good.
That's going to be a problem for the Foresters. If West is going to play tight defense like that, he's got to be able to learn how to not foul, because they need him to stay on him.
Yeah.
Not a lot of guys can guard him. Peyton West is one of the guys that can at least handle him.
Yeah. You know, Peyton West is very proud of that too. I mean, he's even said, you know, I like guarding Kyle May. It's a challenge.
Very big challenge.
but you know, looking at it overall, it's like you said, and one thing the Foresters are going to have to watch out for, bench scoring against Marion. Only 4 points off the bench as Wilson takes this one, sends it over to Hummerkaus. Goodline gets fouled there. Fans really looking for it. A couple of fans weren't terribly in favor of a couple of those foul calls on Peyton West, so this was, I mean, everyone was expecting a physical game so far, and we've got it.
Looks like the officials are talking about something quickly.
Looking possibly a shot clock, maybe a few too many seconds ticked off. No. Wilson takes this pass too high for him off the pass from Hummerkaus.
Again, the Wildcats defense forcing a turnover there, just playing lockdown defense, very active defense.
Pulver comes back into this one. Huntington kind of putting up a bigger man lineup right here. Side pass, Mangus gets blocked! Indiana Wesleyan bench in disbelief, but no call will be given. Wilson drives in here, gets it up, and gets the and one!
What a very strong drive and very brave drive by Mitchell Wilson, knowing he was going to get creamed right there by Tim Adukasi.
Heart of a lion right there. Really.
One strong basketball player.
He just, I mean, I was like, oh, what are you doing? He's like, he had 3 guys. He went up for it. I thought he was going to try to dish it off or something.
But instead, he's going to pick up a couple points.
First one up and good. It's exactly what the Forest, that's what you need to beat a team like Indiana Wesleyan. Lots of heart and passion. Second one up and good after a bounce. Gets a lucky bounce. Here comes Piercefield with the ball. He passes it over. Mangus has this one. That's another thing about Kyle Mangus is his stamina as a three-pointer gets shot here. No good. And a hold called there on Dyer.
And that one is going to go on Dyer.
Maxwell back into this game.
Middlesworth.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Yeah. Middlesworth. I'll go first. Middlesworth scoring 27 in the last outing against the Wildcats.
This one up and good. Good bucket there from Alderson. Gives the Wildcats a little bit of breathing room yet again, but Forrest are still breathing down their neck.
Alderson, one of the best three-point shooters in the entire country, shooting at 47% on the season.
Foul called there. A total of 7 fouls called on both teams. Wildcats having 4 of them thus far. You know, I think the refs really kind of did recognize the nature of this game. And that's another thing about these schools. The little triangular rivalry here down State Road 9. We got Taylor, Indiana Wesleyan, and then about 40 minutes up the highway, we got Huntington. So a lot of those schools competing for players, competing for students, and it really does. It's a huge rivalry between all 3 of these schools.
Little rivalry, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so I think the officials really seeing the importance of this game and really are going to try to call a fair game here. And that's a travel there on Dyer. Looked like he picked up his right foot a little too soon.
Dyer looked a little frantic there. He might have some adrenaline going through. This is a big game.
Yeah. Dyer has been a great player coming from down under, as they like to say.
That'd be Australia.
Wide open 3 here in the corner. That one sinks! A beautiful three-pointer there by Piercefield again. Good line picks this one up. Forrester's, like you said, looking a little bit frantic here. Definitely have to slow the pace down. They have a 30-second shot clock. Nothing to fret as Mangus picks up. As Wilson from the corner here gets it. That one sinks!
Look at freshman Mitchell Wilson go off right now. Freshman is not afraid of the #1 team in the country.
Three-pointer here, no good. Mangus grabs the rebound, gets it up, and gets the second bucket.
Might be afraid of that guy, though. Mangus just toppled over Wilson, and he said, ah, shoot.
Yeah, I think that's one thing about Wilson. We were introduced to him at only the second game of the season at the Nespros Classic. He just sat there and drained 3 straight threes, and everyone kind of said, oh, wow, this kid's special, as that one a foul called there.
No need to foul there. Middlesworth was already triple teamed with the leading shot blocker in the country at Maxwell. No need to foul there.
Yeah, Maxwell, like you said, leading shot blocker in the country, accounting for 67.
It's a lot.
I'm no math wizard, but yes, I do believe that's a lot of blocks. Wilson turns around here. Pulver's going to drive in, gets it up on a floater, gets the bounce. Middlesworth doesn't get it. Rebound, Pulver sends it up, and a foul called, and one!
Well, they made the right one there, missing 2 of them, hitting the third with the foul, a chance for an old-fashioned 3.
Old-fashioned threes, just like Steve Platt had to get to a 3,700.
Very true. Makes it all more special.
What an effort there. 3 Wildcats were under there, and the Foresters powered above them. Pulver gets this one up and sinks it. That's a three-point play right there, and a much-needed one. Is now the Foresters 26-23. Wildcats still have a slight lead. Kicked around to the corner. Mangus hits this one in and sends it up.
Mitchell Wilson's got such a tough task guarding Kyle Mangus right now. They might want to switch somebody up on him. Freshman on senior, of course, the experience is there, but he's also the best player in the country.
Not even freshman on senior, freshman on the best player in the country.
Exactly.
Pulver gets this one up, just misses it wide. And another huge opportunity as Mangus drives in here. Wilson gets it up, tries to get the block there, and Mangus gets the unlucky bounce as Wilson got in his face. Got a full timeout here. as we like to take a moment to recognize some of our sponsors tonight, and one of them is Huntington University. The next step in Huntington's future began as a dream. It was the vision of a people who believed in the mission of Huntington University and had a passion for its success. With so many dreaming together, the future is now here. We want to take our dreams public and step forward in faith. This $40 million comprehensive campaign will take us to the next level as an institution, impacting the lives of Foresters today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Are you ready to step forward? If so, visit huntington.edu/stepforward. Now, Ryan, an interesting start for the Foresters. They had that 15-6 lead there early, kind of gave off a huge run there, and now they're only down 5. I think you said it really well. I don't think Wilson's a great player, but is he the guy you want on Mangus right now? I don't believe so. I hope Peyton West could probably get back in here at some point. Peyton West is doing an amazing job on Mangus.
Yeah, and that's the problem right now is Peyton West having 2 fouls. He's going to have to exit the game so they don't get him with 3 before the half's over. We should see him come back before the half, but we'll have to keep an eye out on that. We were watching walkthroughs this afternoon with the broadcast team, and they were preparing for Mangus. A lot of the run-throughs that they were doing were, okay, Mangus could be here. If he does this, what do we do? And Peyton West was right there through all of it. So more preparation with West, and now Wilson has to pick that up.
Hours and hours of film study, and much needed film study. You know, I think that's another thing that Indy Star article about the Wildcats mentioned is, and I've mentioned it a few times on certain broadcasts, the NCAA, when they canceled March Madness, no one traveled yet. Everyone was still in their spots. There was a couple teams in certain cities for conference tournaments. But the NAIA was in South Dakota. They were ready to start playing games. And so Mangus said, we don't want to focus on the SAD. You know, we were national title contenders. That's kind of a standard around here. As Wilson gets a foul there, but we're national title contenders. That means a lot around here. We wanted to focus on the positives. We had a great season. It's unfortunate it had to end this way, but we need to focus on the brotherhood.
And hopefully we can have a safe tournament this season, and hopefully people's dreams aren't crushed again.
Inside pass here. Ball still being kicked around the perimeter. Good pass outside. Here comes Goodline out to the corner, gets this one up, and that one bad bounce as Middleworth gets a much-needed rebound there for the Foresters.
Foresters doing a lot better job at boxing out Wildcats is obviously in the first 5 minutes committing a lot of those offensive rebounds. Good timeouts by Corey Alford to fix that.
Wilson sends this one all the way over to Pulver. Pulver pulls up and sinks it!
Kind of an awkward shot there, but little storyline with Mitchell Wilson and Hank Pulver coming out to play today.
Yeah. And that's what the Pulver did start tonight, but Wilson did not. As this one gets up, and Goodline with a rebound and a huge opportunity right here for the Foresters. Here comes Goodline. Does a little circle. Pulver's trying to take the lead and gets the bad bounce.
Pulver was feeling that one. He'd love to sink that one.
Smith with the ball. Drive in here, gets up on Pulver, and the Foresters get a break off that missed shot. Goodline drives in here, gets it up and sinks it, and we got a tie ball game in Huntington. Timeout Wildcats, 30-second timeout. And we'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on Huntington FDN Sports. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back inside Platte Arena. Clutch shooting comes in, well, clutch for the Foresters there.
Yeah, Hank Pulver scoring 14 points already so far. He doesn't average that, but again, against the Indiana Wesleyan team, you're going to have to try different things. And Pulver shooting a lot from outside. Not a great shooter from out there, but tonight he's an excellent shooter.
Yeah, and that's one thing about Pulver. He's also a clutch player overall. Smith has this one, dishes it out. Wildcats going to drive in, and an easy two right there for Alderson. Pulver takes this one. Tries to find Hummerkaus, but Hummerkaus guarded incredibly closely. Pulver has it. As here comes Hummerkaus, splits the defense, has Mangus right on him and gets...
Not easy to go through Maxwell and Mangus on defense.
Not at all, as Mangus has this one. And you mentioned it, there might have had to be a switch up right there. As a foul call there on Pulver, I believe. It was Pulver. 2 shots here for Mangus.
Great mop shot there from Nico Davitt. He knows exactly what he's doing with that mop.
Biggest game of the year, and we still can't avoid the mop shots.
Of course we can.
Mangus an incredibly good, I guess saying incredibly good at everything for Mangus is just saying it lightly, an 81% free throw shooter so far this year.
Yeah, he's not perfect in everything, is he? Still a good free throw percentage.
As perfect as you can get for him. 2 for 2 there. As the Foresters are going to need another offensive spark here. Goodline's going to take this one, triple team, gets it off the bank, and Heart of Lion, Goodline again, just goes into a pack of Wildcats and grabs 2. You kind of mentioned it, that it might have had to have a personnel change on Mangus, and what a move there. Pulver has been doing great holding Mangus there, as this ball is going to be moved to Alderson. Inside pass. Mangus again, and Mangus. Another hold there on Pulver, and Alford in disbelief yet again.
Speaking of foul trouble, Peyton West re-enters the game. Very important for him not to pick up his 3rd.
And looking like they're going to keep Pulver in the game, even though he has 2. And as Maxwell takes this one up and sinks the 2.
Not much you can do there.
That was another thing that Coach Alford said to us in this meeting. You know, he feels like the best strategy is that if you want to shut down Maxwell, you have to push him outside of the perimeter. You cannot keep him inside because he can just get those little floaters there. As a foul called there, an elbow, and that puts the Foresters in the bonus with 6:20 to go. And a huge break there for the Foresters getting in the bonus this early. But the question is, can they make these shots? If they can keep that one foul away and avoid a bonus for the Wildcats too, they could easily make a comeback just by foul shots. First one up and good. That brings the Foresters within 3.
Good line, really good from the free throw line. No pun intended there.
It's kind of like when I have to say Pulver pulls up, you know, just kind of say
natural.
It 3 times fast. Go up there for good line.
Of course.
Good line, an 80% free throw shooter. Ball dished out there. Maxwell has it. Gets it up. No good.
It's close to a foul there, but got all ball. Good defense.
Amazing defense for the Foresters with a chance to tie this one up yet again. Pulver's going to do what you like to call the Cassius Winston pick, and Pulver pulls this one up and can't get it. Yeah, that is a great play. It's used by a lot of the revolutionaries of the game. Just send a guy right to the middle, break his sight line. As West tries to get that one, Goodline intercepts the pass from Mangus on the ground.
3-on-2.
Here comes West. They're just going to slow it down. West almost dropped the ball there, but kept it up. Here comes Hummerkaus inside, gets it up.
And he's going to get a charge on that one.
And a charge called there. Hummerkaus drives in. He set himself.
Yeah, good call. No complaints there.
I can't read lips or anything, but Coach Alford put his hands up to his temple, and I think and that was a good recognition by him. He stood up, kind of businesslike. He stood right there. He knew if you know, even if he flopped, which I don't think he did, but I mean, he was in the correct position. He was right outside the arc. You know, one step back, that's a fair play. Long pass over here to Alderson. Mangus over to Smith. And another foul called there on Maxwell on a call the Foresters really didn't need. Not sure if they're gonna call him for some type of push there.
Maxwell going to come out too. Hopefully he can get back in for the Wildcats. He's such a force for that team.
Great shot defense right there. The whistle did blow, so not sure if he finished it out. And here's this for a story for you. Spencer Ballinger missed the first part of the year because of injury. Really transformed himself from his freshman year, and now he's back in this one looking to make an effort. Smith and Goodline is another great matchup that I'm really liking. Sings Ballinger goes up like a wide receiver to grab that one. Gets tipped there by Mangus. Got a 2-on-1 right here. Mangus drives in, gets it up, and a foul called.
Mangus so quick to drive. It's very hard to guard him.
They're going to call it on Hummerkaus.
Hummerkaus was not happy about that one. Very frustrated.
Not exactly. I didn't see contact. It might have been like a little bit of his hand. Maybe tried to go over the back a little bit too much. Mangus first one up and good. Wilson comes into the game for Hummerkaus. Interesting substitution there considering the height differential between the two, but Wilson has sparked off the bench so far. Why can't he continue to do it? Mangus second one up and also good. Shooting perfect from the night so far. Wilson sends it over to Ballinger. Ballinger to Goodline. Goodline, great ball movement there. Crosses over Mangus, pulls up from the free throw line off the front of the iron and gets the lucky bounce.
Just about to tell you guys how awesome Indiana Wesleyan's defense has adjusted to the Foresters' offense, frustrating them, being active. That one, Goodline figured it out.
West gets it up.
One's going to be on Middlesworth for a foul.
One more foul. This has been a physical game so far, and the refs have called it as such. A combined 17 fouls so far.
Definitely got in there.
Yeah, got in there. I think it might have been a little mutual.
If you go up with it, they're gonna be calling it.
Gets the unlucky bounce there, so it only goes 1 for 2. So the Foresters are still within reach here. Here comes Ballinger, sends it out to Wilson. Good pass up there, sends it into Ballinger. Ballinger gets it up and gets the 2.
Foresters kicking it into gear a little bit, trying to get a fast-paced offense going at a little bit of a slower, let's just find somebody open pace, but doing a really good job in competing with them.
Yeah, Mangus drives in here, gets it up, fakes out.
That one's going to be on Middlesworth again.
That puts the Wildcats in the double bonus, not where the Foresters wanted to be, but the Foresters are only 2 fouls out from the double bonus themselves. Look at this one right here. Mangus with that quick speed.
Little brush there.
Little brush.
Foul nonetheless. And Mangus is going to get another chance at the free throw line. Such a smart player. Going up with the fake and drawing the contact again off of the successful fake. See that a lot in college basketball nowadays. It's trending up.
For better or for worse. So it was a shooting foul, so he only gets 1. First one up and good, still perfect from the line. .325 remaining now. Ballinger had to get a pass off there, and he did quite well. Now West has this one. He's going to drive in, dishes it out to Goodline.
Only 5 on the shot clock.
5 gets it up, no good. Goodline fights for that rebound, but can't quite get there. And you can see the passion, obviously frustrated he couldn't pull that one down. As Mangus dishes one out to Smith. Smith has this one again. He got it off the pass. Drive in here, gets it up to Mangus. Mangus grabs another 2 there.
Same move, different drive. Mangus with that fake going up after the success. Foresters are biting on that move. Tough to guard.
Here comes Wilson, gets it out. He sends it over to Goodline. Goodline stays in bounds after that pass. Pulver calls him over. Wilson looking to take a shot here. Won't have the open lane.
4 on the shot clock.
Pulver has to get it up here. Gets the bounce and the lucky bounce there at the buzzer.
Pretty shot. Foresters are not doing the best job at finding the open man, but doing a heck of a job getting the basketball into the hoop.
Gets this one inside, no good. It's gonna be tipped.
It's a good swipe by Goodline there. He's really competing out there tonight.
Here comes Hummerkaus, a much needed for this final 2 minutes of this quarter. What a quarter it's been so far. This game has lived up to expectations so far, Ryan.
Sure has. It's very exciting.
Mangus has to send this one out to the corner. This one gets up and sinks it at the buzzer. Smith.
Can't leave guys open like that. This team is too good of a shooting team from beyond the arc to allow that to happen.
Wildcat bench really excited at this one.
It's going to go out of bounds.
And this might be a good time for a timeout for Alford. The offense really is starting to feel the pressure a little bit. A stop here would be huge, but this could become a 10-point game here quickly.
We see Pulver come back in, so now they've got 2 guys on the court with 2 fouls. We'll have to see if they stay a little bit more disciplined in these last minute 13.
Ball moved inside here. West strips it. Now Wilson has this one. Forrester's really not looking to make a huge move there. Gets the foul and 1.
Look at Mitchell Wilson again, the freshman, fearless out there.
Look at, and you could see in the camera right there, look at the bench, kind of a this is my house type mentality. Drives it here, crosses him over behind the back, draws the contact, gets the shot up, perfectly looking right there, flexes his muscles. Whoa, you love to see it. Pulver's gonna come out. So Hummerkaus comes out. Good line in, so was Dyer. Mangus and Smith are gonna stay on the backcourt. Wilson gets 1 shot here. That was huge to keep the Foresters in this one, and he sinks it. Quite possibly one of the biggest defensive stands tonight for the Foresters. Pull up here. That one perfect. Nothing but net there from Alderson. Mitchell Wilson controlling the offense right now, really trying to find a spark.
10 on the shot clock.
Ballinger turns around, sends it over to Goodline. Goodline has to shoot it quickly, sends it into Ballinger. Ballinger gets it up in the lucky bounce. 7 seconds left. Mangus is going to take this one. He's going to charge up here quickly. tries to get the pass off, gets it up just in time, and no good at the buzzer. And the Foresters are going to go into the locker room within 5 and with momentum, Ryan.
They're going to have a ton of energy coming back out here. Alford's got to be very pleased with his team only being down 4 to the #1 team in the country.
100%, and that's going to be huge. So we're going to take the halftime break. After half, we'll have a halftime report from Jordan Herring, and we'll be right back here. Foresters down 4 early in the first half.
Here in Huntington University's film program, we offer a one-of-a-kind experience. You'll have access to state-of-the-art equipment and the opportunity to gain practical experience on set. But what really sets us apart from other universities? While the films that we make are important to us, we give special attention to how we make them. In our film program, we understand the process behind making a film is just as important as the finished product you see on screen. And how we treat one another on set has a big impact. Which is why our program is part of the Kinema Commonwealth, a group of filmmakers dedicated to creating an environment of mutual respect that values individual artists over the bottom line. Our goal is to create excellent works of cinematic art and storytelling that both entertain and turn those involved into better people. We hold to 3 community values that make up the Kinema Manifesto. The first is respect for the individual, in which the time, energy, resources, and personal well-being of the artist are shown full respect. Artists are not just used for their talents, but embraced as collaborators. The second is respect for the community, where the natural environment, the local community, and the audience are all treated with the utmost care and respect. Filmmaking impacts not only the filmmakers, but those around us too. The third is respect for the art, because each filmmaker should be given artistic freedom to work creatively and to the best of their ability, while remembering that we are all working towards the same story. We believe that by living out these community values daily, the resulting projects will be works of passion, infused with the artistic voices of all the filmmakers. Our hope is that our students will not only practice these values during their 4 years here, but that they will take them into the professional industry and over time, revolutionize the way films are made in the United States and the rest of the world. We are striving to create leaders who pursue excellence in their craft while showing love and respect to those around them.
I've never been asked that question before, to define a woman, but I thought about what I know the Bible says about what a woman is. First of all, we're created. I love that. I also love the way that God uniquely uses women throughout the ages.
My name's Ashley Spirik. I am currently serving as the student body president here at Huntington University. I'm a senior majoring in history, political science, and philosophy. I think inherent in being a woman is a lot of struggle in the workforce, in the education system. By being a woman, you're going to have to face obstacles that men might not face.
They may be underdogs, they may have faults, but they always tend to be redeemed in the story.
Being a female trailblazer is different because there are struggles that are unique to being a woman. But I think anyone can be a trailblazer in their own right. So whether you're male, female, wherever you're from, you can be a trailblazer. But the struggles of women are unique.
And many times at the time, people don't really think of them as trailblazers. Maybe they think of them as lunatics or people that are going off on a different direction. And why do you want to do that when the path is so clear? For Christian believers, whether you're male or female, if God has called you to do something, you just have to go for it.
I think the most practical thing that I've learned throughout my time here at HU in leadership, and this is going to sound ridiculous, is the importance of talking to yourself in the mirror.
I always focused on what was it I wanted to do. and what were the obstacles for me to do it. You have to take that step. So just would encourage you with that God will not leave you or forsake you. He will equip you to do what you've been called to do.
And look at yourself straight in the eye and say that I have a purpose here, and I'm not going to let anyone take that away from me today.
What does it mean to impact your community? As a broadcast media major at Huntington University, you'll explore that question and uncover the heart of storytelling. Tell real-life stories of the world around you from day one and uncover why it matters to the campus, community, and beyond. It could be in our live TV studio through our award-winning newscast, broadcasting home athletic events, or running HU's very own radio station. You'll have the opportunity to use industry standard equipment from 4K cameras to instant replay to better prepare you for a future career. In addition to foundational courses, you'll have the chance to specialize in church media, corporate media, news, or marketing and sales. Or spend your last summer interning in one of America's largest cities, Phoenix, Arizona. In this one-of-a-kind opportunity, you'll have a home base at Huntington University's Arizona Center for Digital Media as you launch into professional opportunities catered toward your area of interest and enjoy the sunshine in the process. Your professional network begins as soon as you become a forester. Broadcast media majors at HU have a long-standing history of success in the job market. You'll be connected with alumni who have gone before you, not to mention all of your professors have industry experience. You've been given a gift. Why not use it to impact your world for Christ? Huntington University Broadcast Media. Real life stories, real world experiences. Impact your community.
I am Dr. Fred Miller. I am the Department Chair of Kinesiology and also an exercise science professor at Huntington University. Huntington University is unique as far as they get a lot of one-on-one attention from the professor, helping them learn the information or helping them minister a test, whereas some universities, you don't get that one-on-one from the professors. One of our themes focuses is on being a Christian and trying to be a good role model for others. We're here, we really care about the student. We want to see that student succeed, not just preparing them for their future career, but also we want to prepare them to be a servant for God. Huntington University, we have a lot of equipment that students will get an opportunity to use and experience. Some of the equipment we have include a bod pod, which is very famous. We also have other interesting equipment that students will get to use. That equipment includes a VO2 max, a metabolic cart system. There's also a lot of equipment including other health measures. Students will get plenty of opportunity to learn how to use all this equipment, and they will get administering it to other students. Oftentimes students who get an undergraduate degree in exercise science will go on to physical therapy school, or even they will go on to physician assistant school. And then also another common career path for students is to become a strength conditioning specialist and mainly work with athletes. Exercise science is a degree where students will gain a lot of knowledge about health, but having someone that has the knowledge and experience to help an individual to get fit, to get healthy is important. And students at Huntington University, they learn about knowledge that's credible and that's important for students to have so they can help these individuals.
It's always been my dream to be a head coach, especially at the college basketball level. And so I always knew I wanted to be at the small school level. And so Huntington, the opportunity opened up, kind of as this COVID stuff all started up, and went through the interview process. I was at the University of Nevada before, out in Reno. Knew about the Crossroads League, knew a little bit about Huntington and the area. My family is from Indiana originally. My dad, my grandpa both coached and played in this state. And so it's always been a home away from home for me. And then once the Huntington opportunity presented itself, I knew it was a place that I wanted to be, and I pursued it. And so the interview process went well, and I'm happy to be out here. The legacy of the Platt family, the tradition that they've built here at Huntington, it's amazing. And in the short time I've been here, the support that the local community gives the program, as well as the entire campus as a whole, it's a special place. And I'm looking forward to the future and what we can build here. I think it's going to take time to build to where we want to get to, but the guys have bought in early. We got only one senior on our roster right now. So we have young guys, they're hungry. It's been a weird summer and fall. We didn't get to work with them as early as we had planned to, but they have bought in immediately. We've had a great month and a half of practice. I'm a coach who's very competitive. I value winning, I value hard work. I want us to succeed, and we're in a very tough conference, and so winning's not going to come easy. It's not going to come immediately, but I think it's just about valuing the process. If our guys put in the work every single day, they do the little things that we're preaching as a coaching staff, eventually those results are going to present themselves, and they'll be able to reap the benefits of their hard work. But I'm excited. It's a challenge. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take a lot of time, but it's been a blessing to be in this position, and I've had a lot of fun through the first few months on the job. We're going to play a fun style of basketball. I'm a very analytically minded coach, so we're going to preach smart decision making, good shot selection. We're going to move and share the ball a lot, and we want to play up tempo. I think it's a style of play that's fun to watch from a fan perspective, as well as a fun style to play in as a player's perspective. So I think it's exciting for our team. They're excited to get going, and we're expecting a great year to live a Christ-like lifestyle. I think at a Christian university, we have a unique opportunity to be able to have Jesus at the forefront of our locker room. And my coaching staff does a great job of providing guidance and opportunities for these young men to open themselves up, to present their problems to us. And I think basketball and sport in general is the best way for young people to learn and kind of come together as a team, problem solve, learn how to play a role, value winning and excellence. All of that kind of plays into it. So I think being a head coach, that's your most important duty. You're taking 18, 19-year-olds, and when they leave you, they're 23, 24 years old, and they're ready to go into the world. And so I think it's your job to be able to build that maturity with them and provide an example that they can use in their life.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back inside Platt Arena. Great first half for both teams. Rather physical game, but for more on that, we're going to go to our sideline reporter, Jordan. Jordan, take it away.
For your halftime report. Now I was able to meet with Coach Alford before the half just to kind of get some thoughts on how he thought his guys were doing on the first half. And I asked him if there was anything he really liked seeing, and he said he loved the effort that his guys are putting out there. They're being really aggressive. They're creating a bunch of mismatches down low to help get them some points in the paint, and they're getting really good perimeter looks. Now, then I also asked him how he thought they can improve on the second half, and he said they got to really crack down on those defensive rebounds, and they also got to try to limit those open threes. I'm Jordan here with your halftime report, and I'll throw it back to the guys in the booth.
Thank you so much for that, Jordan. Yeah, I mean, it was a very physical matchup. I think it combined, I'm going to say 19, 20 fouls in that first half. Incredibly physical, but we expected a show from Kyle Mangus, and we got it, Ryan.
Yeah, we sure did, and he's got 22 points, average just below his average, and it's only the first half. And, well, we're going to expect a lot more of that. And really, it's been one-dimensional right now. Other than Dylan Alderson's 10 points, the other Wildcats like Maxwell, Smith, other guys aren't really doing much of the scoring. So does Alford come out with the same strategy? I think that could do very well. Team's got to stay hot from beyond the arc, though.
Yeah, the team really does, both of them. Actually, it's been really struggled for the Foresters. Kind of a couple mismatches. They were down 10 at one point, so this is a huge advantage. And a large part of that, Hank Pulver.
Absolutely. Hank Pulver with 16 points. A little bit of a surprise. He's only averaging about 10 this year. So a guy that, of course, can go off, the local Huntington North native. But tonight, shooting 3 from 6 from beyond the arc tonight, 6 for 12 total. Getting a lot of shots up here today.
Yeah, 100%. That's going to be huge with the Foresters. And you had those 2 clutch threes there early that really helped them kind of stay in this game. So we're really excited to see what the second half's going to bring. Foresters only down 5 so far. So we'll be right back here on FDN Sports for second half action. Huntington versus Indiana Wesleyan.
This is how we like to do it.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
First Federal Savings Bank is a proud supporter of Huntington University athletics. For over 100 years, First Federal has served Huntington and the surrounding communities. Just as in athletics, the bank works hard and strives to be the best. This past year, First Federal received the Reader's Choice Award as the best bank in Northeast Indiana. In addition, First Federal is a 5-star rated bank and was recognized as one of the top 200 community banks in the nation. First Federal Savings Bank would like to wish the athletes and coaches the best of luck. Huntington University and First Federal Savings Bank, now that's a winning team. Go Foresters.
Welcome back inside Platt Arena. We have a interesting matchup so far. Foresters only down 5, but a huge offensive possession as they get to start off the quarter. Here comes Middlesworth from deep, no good. Hummerkaus grabs the rebound though, gets a chance to reset the offense.
That was great close-in defense by, of course, Kyle Mangus, who disrupted that shot very well from Middlesworth. Very good from beyond the arc.
10 seconds left in the shot clock as Pulver has this one. Sends it over to Goodline. Goodline takes a peep at the shot clock. They drive in here, dishes it out to Middlesworth. Middlesworth gets it up, and it's 6-3 right at the buzzer.
Kyle Mangus was not there to get him as Caleb Middlesworth falls. He was so excited about that shot.
Tripping over himself, thinking about it. Pull up here. That one sinks again. The Wildcats stay high out of the break.
Alderson, such a pure shooter, and we saw that in the first half as he had 10 points, tacking on 2 more to make 12.
Pulver just a little bit too high off the pass from West.
It was initially a really good dish from Zach Goodline just before going out of bounds there. Of course, the Foresters turn the ball over.
Foresters needing a stop here. This one gets drove in. Inside, this pass is going to be out. Inside pass here. Floater, no good as West does what he does super well and grabs rebounds. West drives up, gets blocked. Stuffed under the basket, and a huge opportunity missed there for the Foresters.
None other than Maxwell. He's had 67 on the season.
And a 3-pointer there is going to give some momentum back to the Wildcats. Goodline's going to drive in here, has a one-on-one. Mangus and is stuffed again! Strong defense yet again from the Wildcats, just perfect. Now Hummerkaus is going to, as the bench really getting into this, with no visiting fans allowed. That's what's going to have to happen for the Wildcats. Pulver dishes it over. Hummerkaus gets stripped again by Mangus. Hummerkaus is going to do the 2-on-1 here. West comes out of nowhere trying to strip it and can't quite get there.
Great transition offense. That's what the Wildcats do best. As Alford says, yep, we're going to call timeout.
Timeout coming in, a very excited Indiana Wesleyan team. just a 30-second, just enough time, kind of got away from them, got that first three, really had some momentum, but the Wildcats really came out to play. Wildcats are outscoring their opponents this year by 512 points total, but they really are shining in the second half. They have 941 on the season in the first and 971 in the second, so that's a problem that Coach Alford said he had to face with this team. There's not one guy that, there's guys like Javen Knox that you can say he's the number one guy on this team. There's 8 guys on this team that you could say.
Yeah, for sure, but for the Wildcats, of course, Mangus is that leader, but guys like Maxwell and Smith, Alderson, all of these pieces are perfect. Alford even said it before the game. He said 1 through 8, this team is great. It's hard to defend. You can't just lock down on one guy.
Good line. Dishes this one over to Hummerkaus. Hummerkaus going to send it up. A beautiful pass there to Middlesworth. Middlesworth's going to go up, but they sinks the 2 right there. And might just need a spark to the Foresters need. Wildcats keeping their fast-paced offense ready, though. Inside pass here, gets it up to Mangus, who splits about everybody. That's one thing you gotta love about the Wildcats, is that they're such a team-oriented just group. I mean, you can see the entire bench was just up and excited. Pulver's gonna dish this one out to Goodline. Over to Middlesworth again. Middlesworth sends the floater and gets it. Forster's refusing to give up. As West chipped that one. West gets the play there, strips him out.
With the second buck in a row from Middlesworth, this is kind of the Middlesworth that we were seeing early on in the season when they played Indiana Wesleyan first, where he dropped 27.
This ball drove in here to Mangus. Mangus fakes out. It gets the
bucket and 1.
Looking at this one here, Mangus just kind of faked out West again.
Didn't look like too much contact there, but called a foul nonetheless. Gets 3.
Now the Foresters down 9 here. They're going to have to start sparking, and sparking quickly too. Pulver comes in here, gets the foul called there.
Pulver going to get another chance to impact the game. He had 16 in the first half, exploding for the Foresters.
Pulver with a huge opportunity here yet again. We said so many times. It's just that's what you're gonna have to do if you want to win this game. Is you're gonna have to hit the shots at the right moment. Not right there though, as that one. As you see, Pulver drives in here. Got a lot of contact there. Foul was called at number 32 or 33. It was on Maxwell. My apologies. Alderson was the one called with the foul there. Pulver sends this one up at 6-1 of 2. Foresters now down 8 and need a defensive stop or 3. Gets this one up, and that one sinks yet again. Another by Thompson, the third there. He's been a really exciting player. You saw after that foul on Mangus, he was kind of looking at the bench and kind of screaming as he grabs a rebound there. Was stripped and hit off of Middlesworth. Middlesworth didn't see it coming. Mangus is going to pull up from 3, no good. Wildcat bench tries to clear out. Inside here, gets up to Mangus, and Mangus grabs another 2.
That was the key to the first half of the first half, if that makes sense, is the Wildcats getting offensive rebounds and getting points after that. They scored on, I would definitely say, almost 100% on their offensive rebounds last half.
Foresters have been here before. They are a little bit of the comeback kids, as Middlesworth gets this one and stuffed away by Mangus yet again.
Mangus is unleashing a different type of player right now than we saw in the first half. He was very good, of course, in the first half, but going a little crazy right now.
Full media timeout here. And we'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on FDN Sports.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial product you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Welcome back inside Platt Arena. Much needed media timeout for the Foresters.
Yeah, they really did need that. Kyle Mangus and the entire crew, the bench, everybody is going crazy on their side. That's when you got to say, okay, they're starting to play at their fast pace. We got to slow it down a little bit. We need to play our game. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a turnover there. I wouldn't be surprised if Alford called all of his timeouts tonight, getting this team regrouped. It's a very fast-paced offense. They're going to be running around the whole game. It's going to be tough to keep up with them, but timeouts, that's what they're for.
Has 3 remaining. Ball being dished around here. This one kicked to the corner. Piercefield over to Smith. Smith drives in, sends it, dishes it back out to Piercefield. Inside, 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Piercefield's gonna take the 3 off the front of the iron, no good. Rebounds at Goodline. Goodline drives in here.
Forrester's bench looking for a foul there, did not get one. Goodline triple team down low. They did their scouting report on him. Very good finishing on his drives.
Turn around there. Middlesworth got a finger on it and did rim out. Here comes Goodline, gets it stripped. Very smart play there by Thompson. Mangus is gonna try to go up here, gets that one up, and the charge called.
That's a very late call, and the entire Indiana Wesleyan bench not thrilled about that one. And neither was Greg Tonagel, who just kind of threw himself on the ground in disbelief, putting his hands behind his head, said, no way.
It was incredibly, I mean, it was like I was waiting for. I was like, it's going to be on one of them. Then he calls it, and then takes a second to call it, too.
There was definitely contact on both sides, and we didn't see anything or hear anything from the officials first and foremost, but got the call in there.
Lucky break there for the Foresters. Now they have a chance to start trying to get some points on the board and come back into this one. Really got to watch their passes, though, as a foul called again on the Wildcats. Some sort of push here. His 3rd of the night. Got to watch out for that. Peyton West looking to inbound the ball here. Finally finds Ballinger. Looked like the play was drawn up for Wilson, but Wilson was sent out of bounds inside to Hummerkaus. Hummerkaus gets it up behind the back layup and grabs 2 there. Now a 10-point deficit. Foresters gonna have to play some tough defense to stay into this one. Gets this one up and travel called.
Nope, looks like we got a foul call down below the basket.
A little confused because the Indiana Wesleyan bench looked upset, but it was kind of a mixed reaction, so I wasn't sure, but I guess you're right. I thought it was a travel.
So we take a look at this one on Hummerkaus.
First and only one up and is good. Substitution now. Alderson comes back into the game here. 13-point deficit now for the Foresters.
It seems like a lot, but in reality, they're a couple shots away here from bringing it to a really close matchup.
Ballinger has it. Sends it over to Middlesworth. Middlesworth pulls it up with that one and gets an easy two there. Oh, I should say easy two. That was a difficult
Very
two.
tough two, but he made it look very easy, hitting nothing but the nylon.
Mangus being guarded closely there by Ballinger. West.
We're going to get a foul on West coming in there, it looks like. It looked like he might have had a chance at all ball, but
it was all Ballinger. They're calling the foul on Ballinger there.
I think they had it on Peyton West, but you could be right. They might have had it on Ballinger.
His first of the night. Gets that one. Gets the lucky bounce there. Looking at this one. Watch Ballinger.
I'm not sure who it would have been on. Looked like it could have been contact on both ends, but if that's Peyton West's third, that's very important with 13 minutes left in the game.
I think the scorers table will officially say it was on Ballinger. Mangus with both ones again. His 30th point of the night.
Well, Peyton West doing a good job not fouling here in the second half and keeping himself in foul trouble.
West drives in here.
What a dish. Mitchell Wilson coming out tonight.
Gets it over, gets the tip there. Alderson's going to go from the corner and nothing but net again.
Can't leave Dylan Alderson open. The Foresters have done a great job up until that point from keeping Alderson inside the three-point line. Didn't do it there, and he made him pay.
Wildcats only shooting 30% from the field so far tonight.
Wildcats going with a D-up chin on their bench, trying to keep the Foresters sporadic out there.
West tries to turn around here, gets it into Ballinger. Ballinger gets it up at the last second and finds another two there. A 10-point game yet again. The Foresters have the buckets. They're just not getting the defensive stands they need so far. Inside here. Hummerkaus is going to be closely guarded. Mangus gets the inside pass there, wide open. Ballinger has this one, gets up for another easy two. Inside dishes being the story so far. Mangus gets this one up and gets another easy two. These inside passes are being incredibly great for them. The Foresters still struggling to stop them defensively, and a 30-second timeout will be taken. Another important matchup in the Crossroads League so far. Marion is up 51-47 on the Cougars of St. Francis. This could be really interesting with standings overall, because I think Indiana Wesleyan might just be on a collision course for a regular season title.
Oh, it's always such a mess in the Crossroads League. It seems like every team but like 3 is ranked in the top 25, and the rest of them are receiving votes.
In every sport.
They really see it, yeah, especially in basketball, where the heart of basketball is, of course, in Indiana, where most of the teams hail from. But
yeah,
I mean, we're talking a Final Four. The last season that we had a tournament back in 2019. In that tournament, 3 of the 4 teams
were Crossroads League.
Yeah, we're in the Crossroads League in the Final Four. You don't even see that in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah. I mean, there really is nothing comparable. I mean, even the selection committee really tries to separate these teams to avoid a second or third matchup on the year for non-conference teams. There's never been a Duke, North Carolina national title game, and
yeah,
rightfully so. Spring Arbor did end up coming up with that national title, and they are now at the bottom of the Crossroads League. Life really comes at you fast, Ryan.
Yes, it does.
Pulver gets this one and gets another 2 there.
Pulver really proving his own point, saying, hey, I'm out here too. I'm a good player.
Pulver has 19 on the night. This one out to the corner. That's Smith. Smith inside, almost hit the black line. Not quite there. This one gets safe side up. No good. Another, and it gets the lucky roll there, is the Cougars, and that's Alderson yet again.
Another offensive rebound turned into points. Foresters got to do a better job at boxing out and getting these guys out of that zone.
Maxwell back in the game, that's huge.
Yes, he is.
Pun intended.
very tall player. Standing at 7 foot.
Good line being double teamed as this one gets it all the way over to the corner to West. The Foresters trying to make a comeback here. This one gets set up and blocked again. West was hacked and is on the floor. It's a 4-on-5, no foul called.
Peyton West going down, but he's running back from the court. Looks like he could have gotten poked in the eye, or looks like that was the case. So it looks like he's going to be okay. No problem there. He's going to take a breather. Good to see that it doesn't look like it's serious. I don't like to speculate injuries, but I think he got poked in the eye, which is no fun.
No fun, but not something that's going to knock you out of the game or anything. He didn't even receive help from the medical staff. They walked over to him and he said, "I'm good." He's not going to go take a seat. Inside here to Wilson. Wilson gets fouled, but doesn't get the lucky bounce that he needed there.
Wilson playing with such confidence today, and he has all season, but even more so tonight. He had 8 points in the first half, got to the free throw line, as you see right here. Doesn't matter if Seth Maxwell is sitting there at 7 foot.
First one up and good.
That one's good for Wilson.
Wilson gets 2. So I've said it almost every time Indiana Wesleyan has grabbed the ball, but my goodness, just if the Foresters could stop them on defense once or twice, we'd be looking at like a 5-point game. But that's
very
just
well
happen.
could. Now it's a team that almost getting the turnover there from Goodline, showing his frustration, but this is a team that scores 100 points on average per game, and they beat teams by 30 on a regular basis. They've beaten 4 teams in the top 25 in the NAIA. This is a battle-tested team. They've beaten everybody, but of course the red-hot Grace Lancers, who the Foresters will see on Saturday. They're battle-tested. They're very good. They score. They do everything well.
Yeah. You know, and this is a Forester team you just can't count out yet. This is a team that really have bought into Coach Alford and what he's preaching. And it's really shown in their record. Like I said, you know, they were 6-9 at home last year. They're already 7-1. This West gets tripped up there and gets a foul called.
That's sportsmanship from Noah Smith, picking him up.
Wesleyan's 5th. So they're...
So good sportsmanship, a foul, and a great mop shot from Nico Davitt, trying to take up Brent Turner on Mopper of the Year. We'll look at that closely.
That's a tough battle right there.
Yeah, it's a tough award. There's some good moppers in the Crossroads League.
Definitely got tripped up. Great foul call there by the official. West grabs this one. As Goodline tries to fake out, gets the ball stripped again, and now we got a one-on-one here. It looks like we're gonna get the slam dunk.
Wow, that's all I can say is wow. That's Tayson Parker, and you're gonna be seeing him for years to come. This is a freshman that is very mature guard, and I've wanted to say it throughout the whole broadcast. He's been a very mature, active player.
Wilson gets this one on the inside, gets the unlucky bounce. Wilson goes up over Maxwell and gets the rebound. Wilson just got over Maxwell. Yeah. I mean, can we discuss that for a second?
Wow.
Looking at this.
Parker, look, this is a freshman, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, we were talking, Mangus, no, I guess a good recruiting class. It's kind of like, I'll just say Alabama football. It's just, oh, yay, this guy's finally nope, got another one.
Of course. Who wouldn't want to come play basketball in the state of Indiana?
That's something we talked about with Coach Alford today. Pulver gets the lucky bounce as a timeout call. That's going to be a full timeout. We'll keep it right here. And that's something we talked about with Coach Alford today. We mentioned, as I'm going to assume almost all of our viewers know, he is the son of Indiana basketball legend Steve Alford, and so his name kind of just carries an aura. I remember when ESPN's college basketball reporter tweeted out that he took this job, which seeing Huntington on a national tweet really was something, for one.
That was cool.
And number 2, a lot of people were like, wait, you're telling me Steve Alford has a son who's old enough to coach college basketball? How old am I? You know? And so just a lot of people really have bought into Steve Alford. I think even more interesting, if you ever watched 30 for 30 about Reggie Reggie Miller in his battle with the New York Knicks over the year. There was a little side story about Steve Alford. The Pacers held the number 2 pick that year that Steve Alford declared for the draft. And everyone, Pacers fans were all on board. We want Steve.
Seemed like the perfect pick.
He seemed like the perfect pick, but the Indiana Pacers GM admitted himself. He said, I had to run up on stage and say, I want Reggie Miller, and then ran out of the stadium because he knew he'd probably be a dead man walking if the fans found out. And that's kind of like what Indiana basketball, the Crimson and Cream, is just special around here. I know we're fans of opposite Big Ten teams, but we can't deny the history.
Of course. I mean, Indiana Hoosiers basketball and just Indiana, of course, in general, the birthplace of basketball in general. Of course, fans are going to attach themselves to those types of players. So, of course, if you're sitting there with the number 2 pick with a top prospect from your college team, you're going to want to take him. Of course, well, he does all these things. Great. Why would we pick anybody else? But ended up being good.
Good for the Pacers.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll say so. Hall of Famer Reggie Miller. But that's another thing. Right when he got this job, he said, I really wanted the small college atmosphere. Steve Alford took his first coaching job at Manchester, about 20 minutes down the road. And so he's kind of used to that small college atmosphere. He really wanted this. And he said there is nothing like the basketball in the state of Indiana, and that's true. The Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame, its official slogan is, in 49 other states, this is just a sport. But not in Indiana, as the Force is going to turn over there.
Oh, it's a lifestyle. Absolutely.
A little more trivia for you guys. Speaking of Indiana Hoosier basketball, Payne West, it looks like he might actually get a pass here, but no, Pulver's going to take it. No good. Good line. Goes up with it. No foul called.
Looks like they're going to call it on Wilson trying to get after the ball there.
Wilson kind of went up and was looking for the jump ball. But Peyton West hails from Muncie Central, who was the school the classic film Hoosiers is based on. So a little bit of tidbit of history there. You can say that in your trivia nights from now on.
I don't know where that's going to show up, but
yeah, you never know.
if they have a trivia question on Peyton West, there you go.
I was thinking more Muncie Central, but
okay.
That'd be something. Get on it, Crossroads League trivia. I'll buy it.
Okay.
Menges has this one. He's gonna dish it inside. Ball kicked out to the corner. Wilson got a hand on it. And a smart play by Wilson there. He started charging and he's like, wait, no need to do that.
Very mature decision by Wilson there. Showing a lot of leadership tonight from the freshman.
He didn't have an open lane. He certainly, Pulver goes up with it, gets his own rebound, sets up again. Contact was drawn and gets the bucket. Foresters now only down 10, but a point here from Pulver could make it a single-digit game for the first time since, well, quite a while ago. Team's 7th foul in the bonus. This is huge.
Pulver now over 20 points. Any given night, of course, the Foresters have a bunch of players that average over 10 in double figures a game. Pulver sitting at 10 points per game. Of course, he can go off, but tonight is a very special night against Indiana Wesleyan, and I don't think they prepared for him to score this much.
Yeah, I think there's probably a lot about good line, a lot about West, or statistical leaders on these teams.
And Middlesworth, of course, who had
yes.
27 in the last game, only 9 tonight.
I think overall that will be good. I know we said that they circled this game on their calendar. Like you said, why would they not? But it's going to be nice to have Indiana Wesleyan in the rearview mirror. Hopefully not a tournament. Hopefully not have to play them in the tournament.
You can't have that attitude. You got to say, hey, we'll take on anybody.
That's a good point. Thank you, Ryan, for checking me on that one. But definitely,
it's not one that you want to say, yeah, we want to play them, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, but overall, having them in the rearview mirror, getting to focus on teams that aren't ranked #1 in the country, and even getting this week by them, and this game against Grace is no cakewalk either. It's never been. It never will be. This one gets tipped there, and a turnover there. Another huge turnover there for the Foresters. They're trying to chomp back into this game, and a timeout called, and Coach Alford's loving it. I want to take a minute to remind you that this game is sponsored by the Huntington University Athletic Department. Fans, we miss you in the bleachers and the stands, but you still play a huge part in the Forester athletic story. We need your cheers and we need your support. If playing a sport matters to you in your life, consider donating to the Forester Athletic Club. You can support athletics in general or a specific sport that has significance to you. To learn more, visit huathletics.com. And that was another thing that Coach Alford said in our interview today. He said, pardon me, 1 second, we gotta focus. So thank you once again to the sponsorship from Salsa Grill. Ryan, I said it best, great taco bowls.
I haven't tried them yet, but I might have to before we graduate here, Carson.
I'll take you. We'll go to Village of Coventry. We'll get a taco bowl.
Okay, hold off on that. I will take you, okay?
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate that, Ryan. But regardless, we're talking about Coach Alford, and he said the one thing that's really, he's like, it is what it is at this point. We've had a lot of fun. We're having great success, but my goodness, this arena could be full on Saturday as it usually is. And it's not, for obvious. It has to be. It has to be this way right now, unfortunately. But, a 7-1 at home team, not in front of their home fans, it's disappointing. Right now the Fear the Forest isn't. It's usually about 50%, but no one's there. There's no student.
It's not very fearful.
Yeah, that's 100%. It's empty, actually. It's not like a scary forest. It's more like a forest. It's like behind your neighbor's house. You're like, I'll go back there for a little bit.
Exactly. Take a walk in the forest.
Yeah, so students coming back in a week or so, about to hopefully get them back, hopefully get cheerleaders back, and really have a good lunch down the stretch. This recruiting class right here, the junior recruiting class, had the 8th seed their freshman year and didn't make the tournament last year. And then, they're shooting for the stars. They're shooting for a home playoff game. They're shooting for not a first-round exit. West goes up here, hits the side of the backboard, and great ball handling there by the Wildcats.
There's Alderson going up the court.
Alderson avoided the steal as Mangus going to drive up here. A rare miss from Mangus, but that's huge for the Foresters yet again. If they can stay out of foul trouble and get the Wildcats, could be big as Middlesworth goes in and gets this one. And
got numbers.
Mangus has numbers, like you said, gets this one up, and Mangus grabs the 2, and it's yet again a 10-point game.
It's impossible to guard that. Mangus going down the court, you're already going to try to lock down on him, but we've seen that 3 or 4 times now where it just pump fake and just lay it right in. It's not easy to guard.
Here comes Goodline, gets on it in, the foul, and 1.
That's also hard to guard with that Goodline.
Slowly coming back into this one.
Trying to, yes.
Slowly. Well, watch him just come up the middle of the court, splits the defense, and just barely draws the contact, but enough that he gets the points. And so, yeah, down 9, possibly down 8. We'll see here in a second. Just slow. If they can get a couple more turnovers and a defensive stop, this could easily become quite scary for the Wildcats. And a stark difference from what we saw last year. Last year at this point, you were here.
Geez, yeah.
The bench warmers were out, and they were still hitting threes. The team was on the bench looking like they wanted just to go home. 3-pointer here, no good.
Another offensive rebound.
That's going to be a killer in the last 5 minutes here. The Wildcats fans were definitely into it. I remember one point there was a player who didn't get a lot of minutes. Right there, down 10 yet again is the Foresters. They were shouting at him. No one really had any direction. The coaching staff looked like they didn't want to be there. So this is a stark difference. This is a much different atmosphere. Pulver gets this one from deep and sinks it. Foresters still not giving up.
Zach Goodline is doing everything he can right now with the assist there on both ends of the floor, trying to get this Forester team back into it, and he's doing a heck of a job doing it.
West locked down Mangus again. Mangus gets the pass and gets that one up over Wilson.
Foresters got to lock down on defense there. A couple easy possessions in a row for the Wildcats. Very hard to come back when those go out.
And a timeout from Coach Alford, a much needed one as he's trying to draw something up. That's a full timeout, and we'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on FDN Sports. Foresters down 9, trying to make a comeback.
This is how we like to do it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back inside Platt Arena. Huge possession here. Coach Oliver, like you said, had to take all of those timeouts. Really has one left. Much needed one, but the Foresters in the bonus. Got to be really careful. They're only 2 away at this point. So, I mean, if they can stay out of foul trouble.
And probably a good timeout taken. There was a little bit of momentum going forward for the Foresters. Hitting that 3, of course, is really energetic, but at the same time, the Wildcats were getting such easy buckets off. So, hey, we got to lock down on them if we're going to have a chance to come back.
That was also a good timeout because it helped advance the ball. Goodline's going to come out here. Hummer does this one deep, and it gets the awkward rim out. Ooh, unlucky break there for the Foresters. But this is it. Lockdown defense will win this game at this point. Gets that one tipped away, and right there, that's what you need.
It's a good start.
Keep that up, and this could be a tie game in a moment's notice. Good line dishes out to Hummerkaus. Hummerkaus is going to drive in, gets it up and grabs 2 there. Foresters still chopping at the lead here.
Wildcats now slowing it down. Rare to see that, but realize they're in a little bit of danger of not entirely losing the game, but getting close to that point. So they're going to take a lot of time off the clock, try to get an open shot.
Foul called on
good line.
That brings the Foresters 1 step closer to the double bonus, or the bonus, my apologies, single bonus. Another full timeout taken by Coach Alfer. He is now out of them.
Right away, the official explaining it to him, knowing that it might be controversial in the eyes of Zach Goodline, explaining it himself.
So the Wildcats still with 2 timeouts. Actually, the timeout was taken by the Wildcats, so Coach Alfer still has 1 in his back pocket. I think right now the biggest thing the Foresters have is they have the chance that they can just draw contact, they can keep getting foul shots. They only have 1 foul to give, though, and then you have to start talking about who do you foul. Not Mangus, that's for sure. So now the Wildcats are going to try to get the ball to Mangus, so they wrap their arms around him.
Well, he's just so quick that they might have to just foul him. He's just got a lot of excess speed.
But the Foresters now is only within 2 of tying this up, and that's kind of something that's beautiful and tragic about this sport. I mean, you think about it, if Hummerkaus hits that 3 there, no disrespect, of course, it's just alternate history. I mean, you hit that 3, we're looking at a 4-point game right here, and even right now the Foresters, they're not shooting terribly from deep, but 1 or 2 go in, we're looking at a totally different ball game here. But overall, much cleaner second half from the Foresters. Like you said, Wildcats slowing down the momentum here. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock, though. Countdown coming. They're going to take this one up. Good job by Middlesworth to call the shot, and he gets it up.
They're going to call a good shot, but they've got I think a foul on the Wildcats, possibly. I'm not sure what was called there. Well, the official made sure it was clear. He did make the shot. We're going to count it. And then
I think the bench. I think I'm rather going to go with flop. He kind of landed and then fell backwards.
Could have been.
It was either that or the bench kind of got too far on the court.
True.
It was one of those two. There was no official explanation, but one of those two. As Middlesworth pulls up here, no good. West tips it out. Middlesworth sends it over to Hummerkaus.
Got to figure out something here quick.
You don't have the time to play around at this point. West drives in, but is going to dish it out again. Forrester's using all the shot clock that they unfortunately don't have, but they just can't find the open shot. Goodline with a step back from deep and sinks it.
That Goodline is player to watch out right now. This is where he's best. He's at his best in prime time in this situation. See if he isolates himself and tries to bring him back in.
And a foul call there. Peyton West draws the contact.
Peyton West probably drew that contact off of frustration. West has been on him all game long. I understand Mangus has a lot of points, 39, but Peyton West has been a little bit in his face all night. Got a little push from him.
And watch right here, you see it, yeah. Yeah.
Definitely sold the call too, but there was contact. But Peyton West doing a good acting job.
Huge from the Forcers. They have 9 fouls. I'm not quite, I guess it wasn't enough to take them to the line. The Wildcats have 9. That should take them right to the double bonus. But I don't know what happened. Quite frankly, I guess the Forcers are very pleased out of possession. Middlesworth on deep, and he sinks it. It's a 4-point ball game.
Well, we said they had to do something quick, and that's going to help.
Mangus is going to try to play hero ball here, but can he? He fakes out everybody.
Going to draw the foul.
Coach Alfer in the Forrester bench, incredibly confused. Hummerkaus getting the, look at this right here, it goes up.
They could have gotten a hand in there. I wasn't sure. Could have gotten the hand in there. The official, of course, has the best look at it and saw call and made it.
Now Mangus is at the line again. 7th for the Foresters.
Hard to argue it from up here.
Yeah. First one up and good.
Mangus now dropped 40 points tonight.
Just another day at the office. Both of them go in. Forrester's still not dead at all. That's the thing.
We'll have to hurry up here, kind of taking a slow approach here with 1:20 left.
1-3. It could be a 3-point game at the end of this possession if they can make a stop, and that's what they're going for here. As Middlesworth goes up with it, can't get it down there.
Time running out for the Foresters. They're going to try to foul.
Mangus
almost lost the ball, and the
keyword almost gets it up. No, and a late foul call there.
Bench is looking for a carry here as Mangus was dribbling the ball, losing it. Dribbling it pretty high. Might have a case there. But a foul nonetheless.
2 shots here. First one up and good. That might have been the dagger right there.
It's going to hurt for sure, but
we'll see.
Still with 105, not a ton of time left, but crazier things have happened when you make your shots.
And that one missed, so not quite dead yet. Got to make something happen quick and hope that they miss.
Try to make a push. Peyton West was wide open down the floor. I think Goodline didn't see him.
And that's kind of something about Goodline's game. He really likes playing hero ball. And that's where, and you said it best, that's where he shines. And he gets this one over. Hummerkaus gonna step back, tries to make something happen, gets the bad bounce, and that might just do it. West is gonna pressure him, try to get a backcourt violation, and just not gonna happen.
Could be it here. Forster's down 7. It's been a heck of an effort if they do go down tonight. Very good #1 Indiana Wesleyan team. And as we said in our pregame, a very beatable team, but very tough, very gritty team.
He gets 2. First one up and good.
Forster's going to have to either get the rebound or inbound really quickly and get it down the court.
With any chance at all. Second one up and good. 9-point game here as it was 31 as Goodline crosses court here. One May does stop the shot clock. Middlesworth trying to get this one up and he sinks it. Forrester still unwilling to die.
Not fouling calling yet here. Not sure why.
Maybe they're trying to get the backcourt violation, but
just a little bit late. But I don't think you can afford to wait for the violation.
Looking to the Foresters' recent future here. This Saturday they got Grace College, once again, very hot team right now.
Hottest in the conference.
Then we got once again the big rivalry down State Road 9's coming back to town as the Trojans will take on Platte Arena. Then they're going to have to go down to Upland, grab some Ivanhoes, and go to Taylor. Then receiving both Bethel, the return of Zach Owens. Should be an interesting matchup. Both of those good here. And then we're going to hit February after a road game against Mount Vernon, who they lost to in heartbreaking fashion earlier this year. So a really interesting stretch as we're waiting to see how the rest of the conference play comes out. Middlesworth gets this one up, no good, and another foul called. Valiant effort. Great effort by the Foresters.
Very good effort,
tonight.
yeah. I think, of course, the team's going to be pretty upset. Chance at #1, of course, but I think Corey Elford is going to be really happy with his squad and say, hey, instead of being really upset about this, let's recover, let's practice through it. We can beat any team out there if we really put our mind to it, you know?
Yeah, and plus, I mean, there's another thing you got to remember. Last game they played Indiana Wesleyan, it was 115 to 89.
Mm-hmm.
So improvements have been made.
Right.
But this will be the Wildcats' 8th consecutive win against the Foresters.
But a good improvement. They kept it close. Last game at Indiana Wesleyan lost by 30+. This team that's going to score a lot of points, and they scored a lot tonight. So did the Foresters. They put up a really good fight. So we got a timeout here, but you know, it's something to look forward to throughout the rest of the season. And they can definitely bounce back and take a win against Grace. But
Taylor.
You're going to have to be on Saturday. I think they play Grace.
Oh, I was like,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. But anyways, they're going to be able to take them on, one of the hottest teams in the Crossroads League, so they're going to have to be prepared for that one. So you can't take this loss and sulk. You're going to have to be able to recover and practice the next 2 days and get back at it. It's not every week that you play 3 games either. They're going to they play it on Monday at Marion, tough one on the road, here against #1. And then they're going to go here at Platte Arena to take on Grace. The hottest team in the Crossroads League probably will end up being ranked the next time the rankings do come out. But it's a tough road, and you don't usually play 3 games throughout the week. It's usually 2. So
yeah, I mean, I think Coach Albert really said that. I guess that game against Marion really was a blessing and a curse, kind of in retrospect, but it got pushed back. You know, he kind of said he was a little disappointed with the effort at St. Francis. You know, he thought they were a beatable team. He didn't think they were in it. And he said that they improved and they went and beat #10, and that was still a statement win. You know, I mean, this Indiana Wesleyan team is, national title contenders.
Hard to beat,
obviously. Yep. And looking at it, Marion is about to take the win over St. Francis. So any given Wednesday, any given Saturday, any given Monday here in the Crossroads League.
Lose on Monday, win on Wednesday.
As Goodline's going to go up here and hits another one at the buzzer. Not going to count as much as the other one, but does take it to a single-digit game.
That's going to be it.
Thought they called no, I think that was a timeout.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, I don't think the clock was working.
Okay, I thought they were calling a timeout. I was like, hey, is there a reason at this point?
We have a chance.
I think we can score 9 points in 1.7 seconds. But that was a great effort by the Foresters. We'll have some more post-game analysis right after this.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
First Federal Savings Bank is a proud supporter of Huntington University athletics. For over 100 years, First Federal has served Huntington and the surrounding communities. Just as in athletics, the bank works hard and strives to be the best. This past year, First Federal received the Reader's Choice Award as the best bank in Northeast Indiana. In addition, First Federal is a 5-star rated bank and was recognized as one of the top 200 community banks in the nation. First Federal Savings Bank would like to wish the athletes and coaches the best of luck. Huntington University and First Federal Savings Bank, now that's a winning team. Go Foresters.
The biggest thing that has shocked me about the program is the appeal the program has across the country. We recruit kids and get kids from all over. We've had kids from Florida, Maryland, Hawaii, California, Washington. We've got several recruits coming up from Texas and Louisiana. Men's team, women's team, it doesn't matter. Everybody is really a close-knit type group. If they do fall behind in classes, they absolutely have to come to us, find them tutors, we'll find somebody on the team that can help them with classes, and we will make any and all necessary things and adjustments for them to catch up on their studies. Any player that's gone through this program in the past is just as much part of our family group now as they were when they bowled. And that's something that's really special and different about our program from a lot of other programs.